Are these highlighters or are these not highlighters? What? Like, what? I'm gonna put it on this foundation and this whatever, because I can. What? Do you see this? Do you, let me, am I light over here? Do you see this? Hi there, YouTube family. My name is Haley Holloway and welcome to the H Factor channel. Here for today, on my first opening video for my channel, I'm going to share with you guys my everyday makeup routine. I'm going to be trying to focus on using drugstore products because, as you can see, I live in a small studio apartment here in Bethesda, Maryland, which is a very expensive place to live. And for that, I also like to try to use affordable products, but also look high-end and luxurious, but on a budget. So I'm going to be trying to feature as many drugstore products as possible and let you know the prices of them when I do know them, and just see if you guys want to recreate this look for less. So if you want to stay tuned to see what I give you, then you can keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to start off with one of my favorite primers. Yes, primers. I'm going to be using Nivea Men's Post Balm Shave. Got it. Post Shave Balm. I've seen other YouTubers use this on their channels, and so when I found out that this was a thing, I jumped on it because I'm pretty sure this is only like $5 for this big bottle. You get 3.3 fluid ounces, whereas a lot of primers don't give you that much product. So I figured, why not? It lasted me forever. I bought that almost 6 months ago and it's still going strong, so can't beat that. So I just apply that all over my face. So for me, this post-shave balm ends up moisturizing my face enough without drying it out or making it over oily, and I think it just works perfectly for that. So yeah, I just let that dry down a little bit. It does have a tackier finish, so I think that's good for keeping on your foundation. The foundation that I love to use is going to be by Maybelline Fit Me. It's in their square bottles. They have a huge collection of this, a lot of different products, but I love their foundations, especially. I am in between colors 355 and 340. This one is a little bit more cool toned, whereas I think this one's a little bit more warm, and sometimes this one doesn't match me and sometimes it does. I don't know. So all I do is just pour a little bit on my hand, back of my hand, and I actually use my knockoff beauty blender. This is a $5 beauty sponge from bhcosmetics.com. If you have not heard of them, I think they are now being carried in Ulta, but don't quote me on that, I forget. But I just order everything online. I go ahead and just take this sponge and go ahead and put it all over my face because this sponge covers a lot of ground quickly. This is the formula for the Fit Me foundation. This is the formula Matte and Poreless. So this one's gonna go ahead and leave you a pretty decent, I wouldn't say matte, but I would say satin finish. Whereas they also have one that is called the Dewy and Smooth, which will leave your skin obviously dewy and smooth. Yeah, and I like this sponge because it's huge, so it covers a lot of ground, and I think it blends out really nicely, which is always a good thing. I would still consider this more of a medium to full coverage foundation, depending on how much you apply. I used all of it, the product, off my hand, so as you can see, there's like nothing left. But still, it's just depending on how much you use on how it's going to cover, but I would consider this medium full coverage. That's all I do for my foundation. Pretty simple. And so after I apply my foundation, I always like to go in with my color correcting. I know some people color correct underneath of their foundation. I sometimes do that as well, but I don't see the problem with color correcting on top because mainly I'm going to put another concealer on top of that to kind of highlight. And the color corrector that I use is going to be from BH Cosmetics. This is the BH Cosmetics Foundation and Contour Palette. It has 10 shades in it. Yes, it's seen better days. I've hit pan on almost every color, but the color I use to go ahead and color correct is going to be this one down here. It's a little bit of a salmony brown color, and I go ahead and just put that on top of where my chin is. And the brush I am using to use this concealer is from BH Cosmetics. All my brushes are from BH Cosmetics. They're just a bunch of different lines. and I think BH Cosmetics brush quality is always really nice. I would kind of put them in similar standards of Morphe brushes, which are also pretty affordable in themselves, but if you just want a quick little set, you know, BH Cosmetics is my go-to. So yeah, so I just color corrected on my chin and underneath my eyes a little bit. And then what I'm gonna do to continue highlighting and color correcting. So my highlighting process is quite advanced. I end up using quite a bit of layering. Some of you might think this is too much makeup, but for me, I'm all about a full face of makeup. Call me cake face, I don't care.
I like to ice this cake, okay?
So what I first like to go in with my L'Oreal True Match concealer. This is going to be in shade N45 light medium. I just go ahead and put that on all of the areas that I want to highlight my high points of my face. So right over the chin, a little bit on the upper lip, Cupid's bow. I go ahead and put a little bit around the perimeter of where I want to highlight, because I like to leave that a little bit open to go ahead and put a thicker concealer there, so I don't have to layer underneath my eyes directly. And then I put this on my forehead. All right, so I go ahead and let that sit for like a second. I've learned some tricks and tips, once again, through trial and error and also through YouTube, that if you go ahead and let your concealer, mainly if it's a liquid concealer, dry down a little bit, it spreads a lot easier, so it has some more longevity to it, whereas not just immediately blending it away with your beauty blender, beauty sponge, brush, whatever you end up using. So I'm gonna go in with my extremely seen better days beauty blender, once again, knockoff beauty blender. This is from NYX Cosmetics. This is their version of the beauty blender. $5. Got this at the NYX store when I was in LA, which was really awesome. Obviously they sell this online, so you can pick them up online. I just go ahead and take one side and start blending that in.
I try to blend this into my nostrils a little bit because you don't want to have any, harsh lines of demarcation. Just lightly buff that around the face. Go ahead, where I have less product on the beauty blender still, aka knockoff beauty blender, beauty sponge. Go ahead and do the jawline.
So my next step is going to be to go ahead and add this Revlon Photo Ready Concealer Stick. I like to use this in color, let's see, number 3, which is light medium. You can see. I like to use that, once again, a little bit closer to my eye, because this is a really thick concealer that I feel like it really does the job on concealing any lines, dark spots, circles. one more step. Gotta go in with my last and final highlight. This is gonna be from Maybelline Fit Me line again. This is the color 25 liquid concealer. While that sits, I go in with two different colored concealers. This one's actually a foundation from Maybelline. Once again, Maybelline is like my holy grail of drugstore makeup products. This is their Dream Liquid Mousse foundation. It has a pump. This one is in color Cocoa, which is dark 3. And I like the formula because it's a smooth consistency. I think it blends out nice because it's more of a foundation, less of a thick contour. But I really like that to do my contour on my face with. The Wet n Wild Mega Glow makeup stick contour stick. So this is in shade 908 called Where's Walnut. I'm not sure if this was like called a pencil brush or not before I started using it for my contour on my nose. But once again, it's from a set from BH Cosmetics. I just go ahead and pick up some of the makeup off of the brush. Just brush that on there. And then I go ahead and just dab this on my nose with the brush. So I just think this gives a little bit more of a shape versus just dabbing the contour stick on there and getting it all over. Don't want it too muddy of a contour. So while that is just doing its thing right now, I'm gonna go back in with my NYX sponge. One of the sides, who cares, it's still highlighting. So going back to that and just really keeping this concentrated right underneath the eye. So now I'm going to go back in, like I said, with the Maybelline Mousse. I go ahead and just squirt about a pump on the back of my hand. Just comes out that little bit. And I like to use one of my BH Cosmetic brushes, once again, from one of their sets. Alright, so like I said, back to this. I like to spray my brush about 2 times with that. And then that gives it damp enough just so it won't be so harsh. I just like to go ahead and dab this product on my hand, mostly blend it out on my hand first. And then I just take whatever is on this brush and go ahead and try my best to lightly brush this on. Done with the base. That only took me forever. Maybe I can edit this to make it shorter. Alright, and so what I go ahead and do is just set my under eyes with this. I just first initially pack it like that. Go back in, do the other side. Just let that sit there a little bit. So while that sits, I like to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me. Pretty sure this is their pressed powder. Yeah, the pressed powder. It's not like a foundation yet. But pressed powder. This is in color 330 Toffee. I'm going to take one of the new, like I said, brushes that I got from the Smoke and Mirrors set from BH Cosmetics. It's such a pretty brush. It has such a fluffy, dense top. And it has like a lot of weight to it. Like I said, this kit was only like maybe $12. So like I'm shocked that this is the quality that I got. But all of my brushes are great quality from them. So I'm really impressed with BH Cosmetics for making such affordable products anyway. But this is their number 2 brush. The number 2 brush is like their big fluffy face brush. So I just go ahead and dab into the compact. And this is where I try to lightly set any of my contour, but also brush away any of the bake that I just set. skin. I have a very strong transition from like my chest to my neck to my face. They're like 3 different shades. So like I struggle with matching foundation to my face. So
Whatever.
I just roll with the punches. What I'm gonna do next is go ahead and use, this is one of the only brushes that's like not from BH Cosmetics. It is literally from like a dollar store kit. I do not even know how I got this. I think my aunt bought this for me like circa 2000 something when I was like in the teens still trying to learn makeup. And this has been a holy grail brush for me ever since. It's hilarious. So, it's literally just like kind of a fluffy brush. I'm pretty sure it's used to do fluffy eyes. However, I use this to contour my nose with the powder. So what I'm gonna use to do that is gonna be from one of my, let me see if I still have it up here. I don't. I'm gonna use my Wet n Wild. This has been seen better days. Clearly, I use this quite a lot. But I don't need that side that often, obviously. But this is their Wet n Wild contouring palette. Obviously, they have a highlight and a contour color. This is in shade 750A, Caramel Toffee. This comes in, I think, 3 different shades, but this is one of their darker colors, so obviously I needed the darkest to try to contour my color, but I think the lighter ones would do great for obviously lighter skin tones. This is just another fluffy brush. Pretty sure this is used for blush. This is their blush brush, but I use it for contour because it has a little bit of a narrower, like if you turn it this way, it's a narrower brush. So I think this fits perfectly right in the hollow. And then I go in with this big old fluffy brush, this big one, just giant. This is like their face powder brush. And I like to go in with the lighter side of this and just dab a little bit on this because this is really yellow in my opinion for my skin tone. So I just like to dab it, and then tap off the excess. And then go ahead and try my best to just brush off all of this set that I just did. Done with that portion of the makeup, I'm gonna go in with my BH Cosmetics Flawless Brow Trio. This is so what I like to go in first with is this little bit of this thinner, finer tip one. If you can see, it's like really thin. So they have, this is the gel one, this is a lighter brown powder, and this is the black powder. So I go in with the jet black gel, just a touch on the ends because I like the tails of my brows to be very crisp, in your face, harsh. So those are gonna be the harshest. Alright, so I like to leave it right about there with this, just because I like to go in with one of the lighter brown powders over top, because yes, I like my brows as black as my soul right now. I'm just kidding. But just because my hair is black, brows gonna be black, but the brown just softens it up and also sets the gel. So I'm gonna still go ahead and do the pomade on the other side, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the powder. Alright, are they sisters? They're sisters, they don't need to be twins. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna go in with this other BH Cosmetics from this pink and black kit. It's a little bit of a thicker end, as you can see. I like to just go in now with the brown powder. And I don't really care also that my brow hair is like outside of my tattoo lines. I don't have much brow hair to begin with, so I never pluck or wax them, hence why I got them tattooed. So, you know, I just let the little bit of hairs that are there peek out the lines, because to be honest, I don't need my brows on fleek like that. Like, I don't mind it, so, you know, whatever, it's gonna be it. Final step to doing my brows. Trade secret. Probably not a trade secret, but it's my trade secret. I use an older mascara. I like to use this Maybelline Great Lash, and there are lots of lashes one. And this is in black, jet black. Or the black is what it's called. I'm pretty sure this does come in a couple other shades, like brown, and I think they even have a blue one of this. But I pick up the black because I use it for my mascara, but when it gets old, it starts drying out a bit, or I use it up and it's towards the end, I like to use this as my brow gel. Woohoo! Yeah, brow gel. So because my eyelashes, because I use black setting powder and black gel, might as well keep with the black theme and use this. So I end up just brushing this on the touch of my brows, just so you can kind of see that I do have brow hair a little bit. So I like to reverse brush my brows up a little bit to get them a little fluffier. I know it looks really black on camera. I promise it doesn't translate this dark in real life. It's just the harshness of the light and all that stuff. It just looks very black. But anyway, I like to brush the hairs up in the front a little bit to create the illusion that I have hair. I don't. And then just brush these back down again. So both of these palettes are going to be their blush palettes. This is the classic blush palette, and this is the nude blush palette. They're still very similar in my opinion. I'll show you the difference of both, but there's 10 shades in each, and I think they're really bomb. Great quality, great blendability, love them. And for $4 a piece, I mean, come on now, you couldn't pick these up. So yeah, so these are the two palettes side by side. This one over here is the classic palette, so this is the OG palette, and then this is the nude one that they came out with a little later. I think I'm gonna go with the nude palette today. I went with the blush, with the classic one yesterday, so let's just go ahead and use the nude today. What brush I'm gonna use is gonna be from the BH Cosmetics, once again, Smoke and Mirrors collection. This is the V3 brush. It's an angled fluffy brush, as you can see, very nice. Synthetic, I think these are synthetic hairs, yeah. But it's just such a nice fluffy brush, like you just wanna like lay with it or something, like a pillow. So I am gonna go in with, there's no names by the way for any of the shades in this palette, so for $4 I wouldn't come up with names either. But I think I'm gonna just mix a couple of colors, but I'm gonna start out with the base using this color right here. It's a little bit of a lighter brownish blushy color. So I'm gonna go with that just all over. Six shades. This is the Spotlight Highlight 6 color palette. These actually do have names for them, and they also have a really bomb mirror that you can see me reflection in. Okay, I'm gonna try to avoid that. It's kind of hard to cover because it's a giant palette with a giant mirror. Either way, it has 6 shades. So we're gonna start with the top shade. This one's called, what? Ethereal. We have Dream. We have Radiance. Down here we have Vivid. Over here we have Allure, and then we have Glow down here. So what I'm gonna do is take this extremely fluffy fan brush. First of all, look how thick it is. It's so nice. And then this is how wide. It's like almost the width of my face, y'all. Love it. This is the number 1 brush, but like I said, it's their fan brush from the Smoke and Mirrors collection. I'm just gonna, this product goes such a long way. Let me swatch this on my fingers for you, okay? Just to show you how insane it is. I'm gonna do 4, because I only got 4 fingers. I wanna show you, I don't wanna put on my thumb. I'm gonna do Ethereal, Dream, Radiance, and my pinky's gonna go in Vivid. Should've did Glow. I'm gonna do Glow with my thumb because I just can't pass up that. Let me show you these shades, y'all. Do you see these? Are these highlighters or are these not highlighters? What? Like, what? I'm gonna put it on this foundation and this whatever because I can. What? Do you see this? Do you, let me, am I light over here? Do you see this? Let me just put Glow over here because like Glow can't be missed out of the party. Glow's right here. Do we see Glow? Do we see this? Guys, this is not real life. I was like
$4? I'm getting it.
So the color I'm gonna go in with is going to be Dream. Dream is the goldish one right here in the middle. And I just think it has the most natural color for my skin tone. I really like to dust off extra because you, did I even dust it off? Like, did I remove any? Did I? I'm gonna go in and use this brush from, this is from Lancome. This is just a nice fluffy pointed, pretty sure shader brush, crease brush, but I like to use it for my highlight because it's just fluffy enough that I feel like it hits the small points. So when I do the inside of my eyes up here and on my cupid's bow, this is what I like to use. And so I'm gonna go in with Dream again. So once again, still using the same brush, gonna go in with this and highlight the brow bone. So I like this because it's just an overall good highlight for all over the face. Literally brow bone, cheekbones, nose bone, just kidding, on your nose, and the center of the eye. I'm gonna have to go back and put it there again, but I'm gonna just put it there now because I'm going ham with it and I might as well continue to go ham with it. Okay, so now for my eyes, moving on to them, I'm gonna go in with my Too Faced Cosmetics. Yeah, I guess it is Too Faced Chocolate Bar, the semi-sweet palette. I know this is old. So I am gonna use, let's see which brush today. I'm actually gonna use the number 7 brush, Smoke and Mirrors. It's just a wide, fluffy brush. I'm gonna use the color Peanut Butter here. I'm gonna go in with the Smoke and Mirrors number 8 brush, which is just a round, little fluffy brush, tapered brush. I'm gonna go in with the color Truffled, my holy grail color. I'm gonna take this BH Cosmetics, a little bit more tapered, shorter brush, pencil brush, and I'm gonna go in with the color Hot Fudge. It's like a dark brown with a little bit of glitter in it, like a shimmer in it. I just like to go in and truly use this on the outer corner and inner corner. actually gonna go in with this angled fluffy brush from the Smoke and Mirrors collection, brush number 6, angled fluffy brush, tapered a little bit. And I'm actually gonna go in with Licorice, which is like a jet black shade, but like a touch of licorice. Like, that's too much. Still too much. Probably still too much, but we're gonna go with it. And I'm gonna just bring that over here to the corner, just really darken that out over there. All right, and so next up on the color palette, I am gonna go in with one of my other BH Cosmetics shader. I think these are like a shader brush, but this little stumpy dent brush. I'm gonna go in with the color Pudding, which is right here. I'm gonna go in with Pudding and really pack that on and go into underneath my waterline with this. Great. I'm gonna go in with this very small, I'm pretty sure it's like a little eyeliner brush from the Pink and Black collection, BH Cosmetics. Go in with the color Licorice again, and I was like, I know it's probably not sanitary at all, a force of habit. That's how I dampen the tip of my brush, just a little saliva. Ooh, no big deal. Anyway, I just go ahead and dampen that, and this is how I go in and use this as like my eyeliner for my waterline. And you can actually use water if you want instead of spit. Anyway, I like to do that. And then I like to go ahead and go back with this little shader brush again with a little bit of truffled, which is the brown tone again, and just kind of buff out the edge of the black. Kind of just make that appear to be a little...
Oh my god!
Cute, Haley, cute. Okay, let's see. How do we repair? How do we repair? I'm winging it right now. I'm trying to repair it. Guys, what the heck? Where did that come from, huh? Alright, we're going with it. I don't care. Sorry. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead, like I said, and finish truffled on the other side. I'm gonna go in with this little angled brush from a different set of BH Cosmetics brushes and go back in with Peanut Butter, which is the little orange shade over here. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna dab a little bit of that into Bon Bon. Yeah, Bon Bon is like this bronzy shimmer. Just dab a little bit of that, dust off excess. I'm gonna use this like as a little bit of a transition into the highlight. Alright, I think I'm done with this palette, so I'm going to put that palette away. I think I'm just going to add a touch of a darker tone back to the corner, like back to over here on the outer corners from this BH Cosmetics. Yeah, you see me in my little generic setup on the reflection of this. From the BH Cosmetics 88 color palette. So I'm just going to go in with which brush? Oh yeah, back with this BH Cosmetics brush. It's just another fluffy shader brush, whatever. I think it's a shader brush. Right, and then lastly, I'm gonna go ahead and take this little flatter shader kind of brush. Wish I had better names for these, but I don't. And I'm gonna take a little bit of a light shimmer tone. Let's see, what color do I wanna put up there? Do I wanna do a color? I feel like I wanna do like a pink or something, right? Should I do like a pink to complement my shirt? think so. I'm gonna go with like this corally color. Oh my gosh, this might be a mistake. I'm just gonna pat that on the middle where I had the initial highlight. It's not bad. We're going for it. This isn't my everyday look. I usually just keep it the gold, but I just wanted to touch up on that and just add something and see if it will work. It still works in my opinion. Just adds a little fun to your life, okay? So for today, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that with the blue for more whimsical and fun. I'll probably end up using this as my eyeliner for my unicorn outfit. So off camera, I just went and put some chapstick on my lips. And what I like to do to just define my lips a little more is to use this tiny little lip brush from one of my BH Cosmetics kits and this Seen Better Days little mini palette. This came in a set of 4 little notebook palettes from Sephora. I'm pretty sure this is like a holiday collection kit, but there's these 4 little palettes and they're all so cute. And they have different themes. So this one's the Rome palette. There's a New York palette, a Paris palette, and a Rio palette. And so I'm gonna take the Rome palette, which comes with like a little mirror, instructions on how to use it. Once again, disregard the hideousness of my palette and the useness of it. It comes with a blush. Each of them come with a different blush, and then 4 different eyeshadow shades. You should be able to create a full look using this little travel palette with you. So these were just really awesome little ideas and concepts in my opinion. But I'm going to use this color called Tiramisu down here, and I like to use this to line my lips with. I just go ahead and just dab the lip brush in there a little bit, pat off a touch of the excess. I always say access, it's excess, and line my lip. So for me, I like the way this looks because it looks like I'm using like a lipstick or something, but it's not. I just like this to add a little definition to my lips, a little color to my lips, so it's just not skin tone. And so yeah, so this is the final look. I'm gonna go ahead and just take some photos and insert those at the end of some selfies where I have a little bit, take off this hideous headband. I'm still gonna have my butt up and just wear athletic wear because I'm just gonna be running some errands today. But yeah, this is the final look using all of those really inexpensive products, brushes, makeup, all of that jazz. I'm really pleased with how this turned out in my opinion. So I'm just gonna go walk over to the mirror. Just get you a little bit more light. And so yeah, so this is my everyday makeup look. Like I said, I'll insert some photos of the final look. Glammed up. I'm not going to edit it, I promise. It's just going to be on my Snapchat, and I just like to take photos on there because the angles seem good. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be trying to post videos. I can't guarantee once a week, but I will be trying to post them as often as possible. So please stay tuned. If you want to get notifications, please get the notification button a touch, and then you'll get any notifications that when I go ahead and post a new video coming soon. I think, like I said, my next video is going to be a haul video. So if you're interested in fashion, go ahead and subscribe, and I hope you'll end up watching the next video. Alright, thank you so much guys, and I'm glad you've been to the H Factor. Have a good one, and we'll see you in my next video. Bye!